Hi, welcome back. I'm Heather.
And I'm Mark.
So the eagle-eyed amongst you might notice that we're not in the same place as the last time we filmed a video, which was a good few weeks ago now. Sorry about that, but we've been busy moving house.
Yes, and that was interesting to say the least.
So we thought we'd jump on a video and tell you a little bit about what it's been like for us moving house when one of us is living with a dementia diagnosis. The things that we've found challenging, the things that we've done to try to mitigate that. So,
And the things we liked.
the things we liked, yeah, exactly. So what about the whole process, Mark, from the beginning? What do you think has been the most stressful thing?
I would say, what could I say in that? I would think it's something like finding out stuff, I think, in a way, because we had a fantastic removal people. They were so good. And so that made it easier for us because we could then carry on doing what we were doing at the same time, basically doing different stuff.
Yeah, should we talk a little bit about the lead up to the
Yeah.
move? If you're not based in the UK, then you maybe don't know so much about the system here, but let's just say that our house buying and selling system is really complicated and yeah, I guess that's true anywhere, but it seems to us to be particularly complicated in the UK because everybody exchanges contracts to buy the house on the same day.
And there's a chain.
You can have chains of people and everybody has to move on the same day. I won't go into all the details and bore you here. Let's just say that it makes for a particularly stressful situation. And we've been in this process for quite a few months, haven't we?
Yeah.
Trying to move house. We found a new house at the beginning of the year that we loved, and we've been ever since really trying to sell our old house and just get the paperwork through. And yeah, as Mark says, it's the lack of control.
Yes, and difficult people on the other side.
Yeah, we had a fantastic solicitor. Massive shout out to Sarah, our solicitor.
Yeah.
She's been phenomenal, very supportive, stuck with us all the way along and got us through in the end.
It's other people. Whether I'm really bad.
Yeah, not everybody in the process remembers. I don't think that it's people's lives that you're dealing with. So anyway, so that was a stressful few months.
It was,
and we moved about a fortnight ago. Let's talk about moving day itself. How did that go? Do you think?
I think it went very well. I say the removals people came on the dot. They were absolutely fantastic. Couldn't do enough for us really. And then myself and my daughter, we got the keys, and we were really happy to have those.
Yeah, you came out and got the keys while I cleaned up and locked up the old house. Our removal company were really good. We'll shout out to them as well. Masons are based in Barry in South Wales. Thoroughly recommend, so helpful. Anytime I had a query beforehand, I rang them up and they were great. And on the day they were brilliant, weren't they? And everything ended up, I had an organisational system that colour-coded everything.
Heather is good at this.
Mark laughed at my colour coding, but it worked because they were very good at following the lists, and everything ended up in the right rooms, which made it much easier afterwards. So anyway, then they went off and we were left in our new house.
We were.
Tell me about the first maybe 48 hours. What did you think? What was it like?
Well, it's sort of thinking, where does this go, or where do I find this, and these sort of things. But I think if you just think, okay, I know what the situation is, and you just go with it really, and just think, okay, I don't know where that is yet, and I sort of say to Heather, do you know where it is? And if we don't know, then we're going to find it.
Like it's probably in the box. It'll turn.
It'll
up
be
eventually.
in the box. That's right. So,
what about the layout of the house? Because what could you remember about the house? Because we had been a few times to visit it, obviously, but obviously when you're living in it, it's different.
I think it's probably bigger than I thought. I think, and there are more doors and things and things that you can see and not see, or sort of thing. But so on that way, it was interesting, I think, as well, because you're thinking, okay, yeah, so that's where that is, and things like that, or where can I find this?
You didn't really get worried about it,
no,
did you?
Not
You
at all,
kind of you treated it a little bit as a kind of, okay, this is a good exercise for the brain, learning the new layout.
Well, what have I got to do now to do this?
And it's about a fortnight since we moved now. Do you think you've got the lay of the land pretty much?
I think I have anyway, and I'm sure you must have.
Yeah, I mean, it's still getting used to it.
Yeah, there's a few things, but most
light
of it.
Light switches?
Yeah, light switches, but the shower works and things like that, and we got quite a couple of showers and things like that, and I know where they all are.
Yeah, we talked in the beginning about whether it would be a good idea, like on the light switches, to maybe use coloured masking tape so they stood out. And we haven't done that because you got the hang of it quite quickly.
Yeah, it was quite.
But that might have been an idea, if not. But actually, I think you've got the hang of things.
Yeah.
Pretty well now, which is not bad in a fortnight, is it?
No, really.
With all the other challenges, given that there's boxes everywhere.
Yeah.
So
I say we our shins are getting a bit of a.
Yeah, we've got bruises. We've got bruises from boxes and walking
and
into
boxes,
stuff.
and thinking, ow. So yeah,
but we are getting.
Yeah, we're getting there.
On the day, or the couple of days after the move, our priority really was to get our living room sorted so that we could relax at the end of the day. And although there was still plenty of boxes everywhere, there's still a few. I'm not going to swing the camera around. But just to get the settee in and the television set up so that we could relax and switch off our brains a bit.
That's right.
And it was helpful on the day as well because the removal company took the bed to pieces and then put it back together. Yeah, not all companies do, but we asked them to do that. That was great because it meant that you knew that at the end of the day, even if you were really exhausted, your bed was there made. So
good for you.
Very important to me that.
Yeah.
And then got the basics in the kitchen so that we could get up and running.
Yeah.
So we did a few things just in terms of our general routine to try to help us out, didn't we? I took a week off work after the move, and then I've had a week now back working. I work from home and sorting out in the afternoons, and in spare time. So we've gradually got a little bit more into our normal routine. But even from the beginning, we made sure we got out every day, didn't we?
Exactly. Yeah, I was going to say that we made sure that we're going to get out. So it's don't get overawed and things like that, and just come back and things like that. Only short walks, really.
Yeah, we've so far we've managed to get out most days just for a short walk around the area to get familiar with it. It's not an area that was unfamiliar to us. We both know this area a little quite bit. Well, another part of the same city.
I used to work in this area.
And so I've had a little explore, and then at the weekend we got out for a longer walk.
Yeah.
So that's been good, even though there's not a lot of daylight in the UK at the moment. It's the dark November evenings. We have got out in the fresh air and what daylight there has been. We've also been quite careful to make sure that we eat properly.
Yes, definitely, yeah.
It's really easy when your kitchen's in uproar to think, oh gosh, I can't cope with this, and just order more pizza. We did on the day we moved, but we've been pretty careful to eat properly.
It's good for you.
Yeah, fuel ourselves properly. And we've taken it steady, like we've done a chunk of unpacking and then sat down for a cup of tea together and tried to pace it out. I think there's a temptation to whiz and get all the boxes undone, but it's been useful for us personally to just pace ourselves a bit, hasn't it? And think, don't worry about the fact that there's another load of boxes to unpack, just get on with
just do a couple or something like that,
right?
And
do a few, stop for a cup of tea, maybe do a few more, and then switch off for the afternoon.
Yeah, you can say the thing is, we made sure we went out for a walk, which was good, wasn't it? And we went to where was it again? St Fagans, yeah.
Which is like the Museum of Welsh Life. It's
very, very well known place.
Yeah. What else do we want to say? So overall, I think we managed to keep it as stress-free as possible.
Yeah,
Obviously, the whole process, there were certain things that, because they were so much out of our control, they were quite stressful. I myself was really relieved at how moving day itself went. And as we said, that was a lot down to the fantastic removal company and the fact that from the moment they walked in, they were so calming and helpful and reassuring that it took all the stress off me, really.
Yeah.
We paced it out, didn't we? I mean, we had some really good friends came round in the afternoon, which was lovely because they came and had a cup of tea with us and just distracted us a bit from everything going on. That was helpful.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, the key there is use your friends in the way you need. Lots of people will offer help and don't be afraid to take the help, but use it in the way that you need. Yeah. Goodness, I think we've exhausted what we were going to say.
Well, I was going to say the other thing is we have to get used to a different pharmacy and things like that, didn't we?
Yeah, we've registered with a different GP, general practitioner. We've got a new pharmacy to go to, new shops to go to. But so far, so good. I mean, it's not all plain sailing. It's not to say that it's all easy, but I think we're quite proud of the way we're managing things.
Yes, yeah. Don't get overall, basically.
Yeah.
Yes, if you can.
Yeah. If you have a little wobble, that's fine. Sit down and have a cup of tea and a rest and do something different. Watch something funny on the television.
Play a guitar or something. Hence this.
Oh yeah, they can see your t-shirt. Mark's got all his t-shirts out of boxes, so there's plenty of comedy t-shirts coming over the next few videos. So basically, although you might think that moving house when one of you is living with dementia is going to be really impossible and really stressful, we've been all right. And we've made it work. And we'd love to know if you've had similar experiences and have you got any tips?
Good or bad,
Yeah. Have you got any tips that might help other people? Things that you found easy, things that you found difficult? And I think what you said quite early on was good, really. Treat it as a little bit of a challenge for the brain. Don't get worried and upset about it. Treat it as a good brain exercise to be learning new stuff. Yeah, good.
There we are.
All right, well, thanks for listening to our rambling about that.
I hope you get something out of it, maybe.
Well, if not, they'll have switched off long ago.
Yeah, exactly, that's right.
Be like, oh no, it's that pair rambling on again.
No more.
Anyway, so thanks for watching if you stayed with us to the end, and let us know what you think about all of this. How do you manage change in general, especially if you are living with dementia, both as the person themselves and as the carer supporter. And we'll be back with another video when we think of something else to ramble about, really. Yes. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.